Hey guys, how are you? Happy Monday. Marissa Myers here, and I'm hopping on here to host our weekly Team Aloha gathering to share a little more about how I created a successful Beachbody business and how you can do the same. So today's topic is learning to be your authentic self. A couple weeks ago, I did a presentation on branding, and I talked a lot about my brand. I have my little avatar right here that sits with me when I post, and she's, in front of me. And when I speak to my audience, I try to speak to her in particular so that I can attract the person to me that is like me, that feels like they trust me and I trust them, and we have a good time together and we make this business fun and we build it together, and having a good time. My point is, okay, so I know a lot of people have engaged in the social team builder training, and I think that the social team builder training is phenomenal for you to learn how to be yourself, to learn how to post on your page, to learn how to run ads on Facebook, and how to attract your specific avatar and build your business. However, what I feel about these trainings, passed down from Beachbody and passed down from Social Team Builder and any other social media training or any other type of training that teaches you how to post on social media to build your business, what we have a tendency to do as people is see people like Stephanie Kaufman. I'm going to use her as an example. And she has an amazing business. She has an amazing page. She attracts a lot of people to her page, and she helps a lot of people every month with Beachbody. The thing about Stephanie is she is herself on her page. She posts the way she talks. She posts the way she thinks. These ideas pop into her mind, and she's like, oh, that's a good idea for a post. Oh, that's a good idea for a post. And she knows how to be herself, to attract the people to her that feel that connection, that trust her, and that makes her enrollments very easy. I'm not saying that she doesn't work hard. I'm saying that when they actually do reach out to her, it's either a yes or no right away, and I feel that in the majority of cases, a lot of people, it's a yes just because they've been following her for so long and they feel like they know her. And they're her avatar. They're really connecting with the way that she's posting. And she stays very specific to her brand. She's super into fitness. She posts about her children. She she likes to go skiing and on the boat and her husband. And she keeps it, in alignment all the time. She doesn't stray from that. She doesn't start posting about spirituality like what I post about. She doesn't come to my page and go like, oh, let me start posting about that because that got a lot of likes on Marissa's page. She's true to herself, her brand, her avatar, and her people. And what I think a lot of people do, and what I've done myself, is like we look at her and we're like, okay, she's having success doing it this particular way. How can I take this post and kind of make it mine and make it sound like me, and attract people like what she's doing? But instead of just putting your blinders on, and I know you can go to other people's pages for inspiration and learning what to post, but if you seriously just sit in your life and you journal the things that happen to you throughout the day, like Stephanie McDaniel taught in the Social Team Builder training, you will figure out that you have a million things to post about that you've never thought about before. But it takes a little bit of time of you slowing down and really paying attention to what you have going on in your life and taking the time to really write that down and journal it for you to come up with those ideas. So I think what happens is we're lazy. So we go to other people's pages because we're like, I don't know what to post. I'm just going to be lazy. I'm not going to try to figure this out. I'm not going to try to write my content down or journal, like what Stephanie said, journal a day in my life and write about all my feelings throughout the day. I'm just going to go scroll other people's pages and figure out what they post and what does well for them. And I'm going to get ideas from them, and then I'm going to make those posts mine. What happens a lot is that we aren't really making it ours. We're looking at somebody else's post for inspiration, and we're, trying to model their behavior on our page, and it's not coming across as authentic, and it's not attracting the people that are needing our help because it's not attracting the people that are like us, that have the same story. And what I noticed a lot about this is that people, for example, think that they need to be a fitness person. And a lot of people with Beachbody are not or weren't when they started fitness people. I personally was, definitely personally was. I mean, I wasn't necessarily a personal trainer or anything, but I was always into sports and into working out. And I thought about being, a physical therapist so I could work with athletes. I was into sports and fitness my whole life. But there's a lot of people that are doing Beachbody that aren't, but they feel like they need to post fitness videos and fitness things because that's what Beachbody is. It's fitness. But the majority of lay people or average people or people that aren't into fitness, that fitness isn't a huge part of their life and it hasn't been, they may have utilized Beachbody to get their results with fitness, which is awesome, but then they become this fitness person through Beachbody, and then what the people that they're attracting are really going to probably do better if they're posting about fitness and they're attracting people that are really into fitness. Those people likely would probably do better with someone like Stephanie Kaufman as their coach because that's her avatar. She's into fitness. But if you're putting that out there and you're attracting these people and then they're coming along and they're working with you and they're seeing like, wow, fitness really isn't that big of a part of her life, but she just is posting about it because she's a Beachbody coach, then that really doesn't set you apart from anyone. It just makes you the same as everybody else. So what I think is important to do to get clear on your brand and to attract your avatar and the people that you're really going to have fun working with and the people that you can really help is to get clear on what value can you offer people outside of fitness, outside of health. Is it personal development, spirituality? Is it, sewing, knitting? I don't know. Do it DIY home improvement projects? Do you put bottles together and make cool, table displays? Or what is it that you're good at? What are your hobbies? What do you find enjoyable? Because you can post value about those things on your page, on your blog, on Pinterest, on wherever, and you can attract people to you because they are attracted to the value that you're adding around that particular thing. And then you can weave in some health and fitness here and there, and when they learn to trust you because you're adding value about that particular thing, let's call it knitting. You're teaching them how to knit and how to do a cross stitch and how to whatever, and you're showing them your finished products and your scarves, and you're sharing with them how you came to make those things happen, and they start following you because of that, because you're adding so much value to their life and they're really wanting to get into knitting, and they're Tim's trying to squeeze the door over here that's just slightly open. It's hilarious. Then they see that you're adding the value, they're going to trust you. They're going to know you, like you, and trust you because they're going to see that you're, first of all, you're being consistent with who you are on your page and you're posting about knitting every day or every other day or however many times a week, and you're adding value. So when you weave in those posts about your challenge groups and about fitness and health, and you send out that invite to get to a challenge group, they're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to trust this person and I'm going to join their challenge group or whatever it is that you post, however you post about it, because I already trust them that they add value with knitting, and we've already, built a relationship around knitting. I've been watching them and following them and reading all their things, and now that it's time for me, I want to get in shape and I want to lose weight and I want to get these results, I'm going to trust them in that arena too, and I'm going to reach out to them and I'm going to join their accountability challenge group. So instead of using people's pages that are other coaches to model their behavior and feel like we have to post and be like them, what we need to do is get really clear on what value we can add and then stick to that consistently. What is it? Maybe it's you're really good with money, managing your money. Do a class, do a free group on how to manage your money, how to save for your future, or what else could you be really good at? Wrapping things, or I don't know, I can't think of anything else. But as you write down the things that you can add value, for example, for me, it is obviously spirituality is a big thing that I post about on my page. And now, that could turn some people away because they don't connect with my style of self-love. But then they're not my avatar, because that is a part of my brand. And I really want the people that aren't going to connect with my brand and not going to connect with me, I want to turn them away. because I would rather not work with them because it's not going to be fun for either of us. And if you're not infusing fun into your business and having a good time, how do you expect that you're going to attract people to your team that are going to want to be with you? If your energy is negative and you're like dreading, oh my God, I got to post today. Oh my God, I have to do my workout. I have to like share my journey on social media. Like if everything that you're doing in your business you're not enjoying, how can you expect that you're going to attract a team of coaches that are going to want to do what you're doing? So I think I've mentioned, and I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, that I was doing that. I was chasing this like carrot that, I saw in front of me of all these other coaches that were doing all these things, and I wasn't being myself. And I swear to you, the more I followed these other coaches and the more I did trainings, the more confused I got about who I really was. And then I was just posting on my page and wasn't attracting anyone. And it literally is at the point where, I feel like I've lost a lot of people following me on Instagram, and I'm not even doing my Facebook page anymore because I was so inconsistent with my brand that people had no idea who I really was. Like, oh, squirrel, here, there. Well, I decided to go back to my Facebook personal page and just be extremely consistent with the things that are my brand. My animals, being at the beach, being active, being outdoors in nature, do-it-yourself home improvement projects, saving the planet, reducing my carbon footprint, spirituality, and that's it. That's like my brand. So I don't try to veer. I don't go on other people's pages anymore. I stopped following all the Beachbody coaches I used to follow. I stopped going on their pages. I stopped using, their pages as my inspiration, and I just started using my own life as my inspiration. And some posts bomb, some posts do great, some help me really connect with my audience, but at least I'm being consistent with my brand, and it feels good to know that I'm being who I am. And maybe I'm not making $1 million because maybe I'm not attracting 1 million people to my business because my brand is maybe a little bit more specific than a lot of people. Maybe not a lot of people are into spirituality. And so that's a very specific niche. But at the end of the day, it's going to attract the people that are really going to jive with me and going to like working with me because they know that that's a part of who I am. So while I could just be generic and continue to, attract a lot of people, which is what I was doing, and have this big business that was, I was attracting all these people and having it not be fun and having them not really jive with me and me not really jive with them because I wasn't really being myself. And build a big business, or I could, build a really big business in a way that really feels good to me. So taking that huge step back for me was what ultimately led me to feeling confident and comfortable being who I am. And I feel like I'm starting over as a brand new coach. I'm like, okay, who am I? How do I want to share on my page? What kind of value do I want to add? What kind of people do I want to attract? And it's felt really good. It's felt really fun. The beauty of it is that the business that I built is already there. So it's not going anywhere. And now that I'm re-engaging and I'm, working from a place of what value can I add and who I really want to work with, it's been a lot more fun. And, I'm attracting people that I really enjoy working with. So my whole point of this is, and I'm going to keep it short because there's nobody even on here. And, I'm just going to record this and I'll post it up on my YouTube channel so you can watch it later, is it's really important to write down, take this blank piece of paper and write down all the ways that you can add value to the lives of others. What is it that you're really good at? What are your strengths? Is it leadership? Is it entrepreneurship? Is it, do you have a farm? Do you grow like your own organic vegetables and fruits? And do you have chickens and roosters? And, what is it? Are you all about like adopt, don't shop, saving animals, or, cleaning up our oceans, or whatever it is, and get really specific on how you can add value around those things that are your strengths, and pick 5 topics and just stick with those 5 things. And a lot of people, it's your family. That's a big thing, being a mother, and that's a really important thing. So share about the, ways that you've learned to get your kids to eat more vegetables, or how you like reverse psychology them into doing something that they didn't really want to do, or how you have shaped them into being a confident, person. How have you built their self-esteem up? How you, whatever it is that you've done for your children. I'm sure there's things that you do every day that seem so simple to you that you just don't even think about them, but they're really valuable to another parent who might be struggling with the same thing. Is your child having night tremors, and how are you handling that? Is your child back talking, and how are you handling that? Is your child having trouble at school, and how are you handling that? Are they biting? Are they fighting? Are they kicking? Are they punching? Whatever it is. And write those things down and be open and vulnerable to sharing how you're handling it. And also you can ask your audience for advice about it, because I'm sure you're going to get a million different ways to do things, but you could take, you could pick little pieces of each one and make it your own. I know that I've gotten a lot of things of value from asking on my page things, and I like to hear what people's opinions are. So anyway, that is, that's the important thing, is being really specific and consistent. The name of the game is consistency, and adding value, because, that's what you want to do with your life. Not adding value because it's going to grow your Beachbody business. Yes, it will grow your business. That will happen, but make adding value the most important thing. Make that the first thing, not I'm adding value because I want. No, I'm adding value because it feels good to me. It feels important to me to be this impactful person on this planet, to be this positive energy system, this source of information. And if you treat it like that energetically, you will enjoy it a lot more, and you're going to attract people just simply because you're being yourself and you're adding value as the end goal, not because you're just trying to get something out of somebody. And have fun when you're doing it. Don't feel like you have to do these certain things. Like, I have to do team calls at this specific time, and I have to train my team like this specific way, and I have to do it the way that it feels good for you, and have fun with it. Even your posting, I have to post like this because it's at this specific time and this and this. No, have fun with your posts and be yourself, be authentic, and just enjoy it all, because that is the energy that's going to be the fun energy, and the energy that you put out that's positive and that's adding value merely for the end goal of adding value. That's what's going to attract the people that are really going to need your help and are going to trust you and are going to enroll with you just because you're having fun, you're being yourself. So that's it. I'm not going to go on and on and on, because I really, hopefully soon we'll have some people that'll hop on here. I know it's not a great time for everybody, but maybe some people can hop on their lunches, and hopefully we'll have some interaction on some calls. I'm committed to being here and doing these calls once a week, regardless of whether people show up or not, because I feel like in some way it's going to add value, even if nobody's here, even if it's just, some random stumbles upon my page, random new Beachbody coach, and she's on another team and she listens to this video, or and it helps them, then that's adding value. And I'm not getting anything out of that, but it's still leaving an impact on the planet, which is my intention and my goal of my life. So anyways, I hope you guys have an awesome week. Thanks for listening to the recording, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.